Hey guys, what's up, Redactions here and welcome back to a brand new video. In this video we are going to look at the top 5 best sounding F1 cars in Assetto Corsa. Some of these are mods, some of these are already in the game with DLC. We are countering every F1 car which is available for Assetto Corsa. I will first tell you a little bit about the car and then let you guys enjoy the sound itself. Now some of these sounds I will be discussing have been modded onto different cars, but don't worry, I'll leave a link to the car with the original sound in the description. By the way, before any of you get angry, please remember that this is my opinion, so please don't get your pitchforks out in the comment section. If you do want to leave a comment, please keep it civil down there, guys. And guys, before I forget, according to YouTube statistics, only a very small percentage of people watching my videos is actually subscribed. So if you actually end up enjoying this video, please consider subscribing. It's free, you'll never miss a new video and you can always just change your mind. But that's enough talking for me, let's start with number 5. So at number 5 we have the 2009 Williams FW31 by a VRC modding team. The guys over at VRC really do a fantastic job at making high-end mods for AC. Even though they produce paid level quality mods, most of their cars are free to download, including this one. Now with this sound they have done a fantastic job of recreating that late V8 noise. It really brings back a lot of memories from when I first started watching F1, because this is the sound I grew up with. As you can see in this clip, I have modded the sound onto the 2013 Ferrari F138, because the standard sound Kunos put on there is questionable at best. Now that's enough talking for me, let's listen to what this thing sounds like. Coming in at number 4 we have the 1991 McLaren MP46 by AERO Formula. Before I say anything about the sound, I just want to make clear that this car is an absolute joy to drive once you get the hang of it. The lack of hybrid systems, curves, driver aids, proper downforce and even a semi-automatic gearbox make this car quite the beast to tame. The screaming Honda V12 sending 720 horsepower to the rear wheels also doesn't help, as the engine is actually quite torquey in the lower rev range. Now this is definitely not the most realistic sound on the list, but that is okay considering that there are almost no high quality sound recordings of this thing in real life. But it is close enough to make you suspend your disbelief. But I'll shut up for now so you can listen to the sound itself. For the number 3 spot I decided to go with the all-conquering Ferrari F2004. This car was added to the game in the Ferrari DLC pack, so it's made by Kunos. Whilst they nailed the sound of this thing, I've seen multiple videos and articles explaining that it's actually too slow in the game compared to real life. So that's why I've made a new version which is slightly faster. If you guys want to have my version, leave a comment down below. Now the Ferrari V10 powering this thing is not only possibly the most powerful F1 V10 engine ever produced, but also one of the best sounding V10s ever made. I hope that one day F1 will go back to engines that actually sound good, like these V10s. Let's listen to what it sounds like. At number 2 we have the RSS Formula 1990 V12, which is based on the Ferrari 641 from 1990. And as the name of the mod suggests, this thing is powered by a 3.5 liter V12 from 1990. RSS really did a great job at capturing that early 90s feel of F1. Not only down to the glorious screaming V12, which kicks you in the back every time you touch the accelerator, but also because of the way it goes through the corners. The car does have wings, but the amount of downforce this car generates makes the SF1000 look like the Red Bull X2010. Once you turn into a corner, the car grips and slips its way through. And yes, it has a very early semi-automatic gearbox, which makes life a tad bit easier, but it is still a handful to drive. But I've complained enough for now, let's listen to what this absolute beast sounds like. Before we take a look at the number 1 spot, I've got 2 honorable mentions for you guys. The first one is the Honda F1 sound created by RSS, which came with the Formula Hybrid 2022 X mod. I actually wanted to put this at number 5, but then I realized I was about to put a V6 turbo hybrid on a best sounding F1 car list, which after giving it some thought, it's maybe something you should get stoned for. Anyway, this is easily the most true to life sound created for Assetto Corsa. I believe they actually used real life recordings to make this sound. There is just something about the way the downshift sounds on this thing that really make me like this thing. Let's have a listen. Mention number 2 is yet another mod by RSS. This time it's the RSS Formula 2000 V10. And before I say anything about the way this thing sounds, let me get this out of the way first. Do not go full throttle in first or second gear because you will die. With the torquey V10 engine, groove tires and no traction control, this thing is quite difficult to control at lower speeds. So once you actually manage to somewhat tame this beast, it is a very rewarding experience. Now onto the sound. It did not quite make this list because I think the sound is too generic. It just sounds like the standard V10 F1 car, if you know what I mean. Regardless, it is still a very good sound, so you guys will hear it about now. So for the number 1 pick we actually have 2 cars. I picked two cars because they are virtually inseparable. I'm talking about VRC's McLaren MP420 and Renault R25, both from 2005. These are the two fastest cars from 2005 and easily the two most iconic, since this is the last year that F1 used V10s. Not only have the guys over at VRC created two wonderful cars to drive, they also sound really good. Both cars sound good on and off board, and the sounds are very true to life. I have to say though, you know how Alonso was very aggressive at the wheel with this car? Turns out you actually have to drive this way, even in the game, in order to be quick. But without further ado, let's hear what they sound like. Guys, just as the bonus, here is another clip by RSS. I know it's not F1, but it just sounds very good and I wanted to share this with you guys, so check it out. Okay guys, these were the top 5 best sounding F1 cars for AC in my opinion. Let me know what you think of my list and also drop your own list down below. And as always guys, if you want to know some of the mods I used in this video that I have not put in the description, leave a comment and I'll give you the link. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a like and let me know what top 5 I should do next. This is it for now and I will see you all in the next video.